Low energy. Hey guys, what's up? Let's pump it up a bit. Hey guys, what's up? I'm back with another video. As you can tell by the title below, I am doing a movie review on the Maze Runner: The Death Cure movie. So yeah, I've tried not to make this video really long. I do apologise if it is. But yeah, where should I start? Oh my god, the movie was just freaking amazing. Like seriously, I freaking love it. Like I've got my notes here, so I'll go by my notes. Word of a warning, spoiler alert, there will be major spoilers in this video, so if you haven't checked it out, go check out Maze Runner: Death Cure. All the links are obviously on my social media will below, and I'll link in the trailer and the behind the scenes and gag reel that was released today. The gag reel was freaking hilarious, and some of the scenes where they talk about this last movie, that was just emotional and hilarious. But anyway, let's kick it off with the opening scene, the train scene. So I really loved that train scene. A lot of people would compare it to Mad Max and Indiana Jones, which I would say yes, it's very Mad Maxy and Indiana Jonesy. But yeah, it's really good, really cool scene. Like I just love all the acting in it. Like I loved Brenda in it, Rosa Salazar, and I loved Dexter in it, which was Fry Pan, that sort of thing, and Hori, that sort of thing. It was really like nerve-wracking for me though, and like I had butterflies and when I saw it, I held my breath, because in that train scene they kept in the take where Dylan had his accident, and Wes like asked Dylan, would you mind me keeping it in, you know, because it was a very good take, that sort of thing. And Dylan was like wanting him to keep it in because he would have been upset and annoyed if it wasn't kept in. So I held my breath at that because I was really nervous, but I was so proud of like Dylan for going back and then for actually completing the whole movie, and just it was just absolutely amazing. Like so bad. But yeah, I really loved how they done that scene though, and I loved the way like the set was around it. It was just crazy. I just loved the whole scene. It was really cool. And I felt bad for Thomas and that they got the wrong train carriage because I was trying to save Mino. But I did like how when they were flying off of the carriage they had the hug, which was pretty cool. And then loved how they were using like just the way it was made though was, I don't even know, hold on, I'm trying to find my words. Sorry guys, like I did record, well I thought I did record this but it didn't record, so I've had to redo it. So yeah. So yeah, I really loved how they done the whole scene. It was really cool to see, and like I made a joke to my friend when Dylan was using the gun to like hit the wicked, shoot the wicked people. I was like, oh yeah, he got that training from American Assassin because he was like squatting like the way he was using the guns in American Assassin, but it was an inside joke, doesn't matter. But anyway, overall I really loved that scene. Really well done, really loved it. Again, so proud of Dylan. I'm trying not to make this so long, so I'm trying to rattle through them. So I love the scene. I love the scene where after like Vince says basically he's not going to help Thomas get Mino back because he's got too many kids now and he's not going to sacrifice him, blah 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 blah. Thomas is like, okay, but then we know Thomas, he's not going to leave Mino. So he goes by himself to go and rescue him. But the light, a wee lamp turns on and Newt's still there. He goes, oh, where do you think you're going? And then like Tom's like, oh no, I can't drag you into this, right? And Newt's like, I'm already in, whatever the plan is, don't be a dick about it or something like that. And then opens the door to the car and like Fry Pan's there too, and then like Newt said, we started this together.
Things will end it that way
too. Which there is Easter eggs throughout the movie, and I'll explain that later, what he meant by that. Which was really sweet. I really liked how there was, and it was just really cool. Like with that, like quickly going back to the training scene and every other scene, I know they had lots of fun because, as I said, the gag reel got released and it was bloody hilarious. Anyway, the way the design, the whole set looked was just amazing. I loved where they were filming in South Africa. I loved how the actors were like involved in the set, that sort of thing, and just I loved how it was like part of the environment. I really liked that. The set was really cool, that sort of thing. But yeah. Okay, so I'm sorry. So I really liked the first time Thomas and Teresa met each other again after 6 months. I really liked that and how the scene was played and how I really felt like this is so like, for me, Thomas literally looked like a little puppy. I swear to God, it was adorable but like so sad at the same time because you can see in Dylan's eyes. That's what I love about Dylan's acting. It was just, you can see in his eyes that it's just, he's like hurt from what she done. Basically went to Wicked and ratted out the whole group. That's how Mino was captured. And I just love how it was done. Also, just before I go on, almost forgot, I love how Thomas and Gally meet for the first time again, and I actually realised that Gally's alive. That was like in the last city. I love how they meet because it's like Gally's like, oh, we're all on the same team, and then Thomas is like, who the hell are you? And he's like, and then takes off his mask and he's like, hey Greenie. And like Thomas like got so annoyed and like just punches him, and then Newt tries to stop Thomas and he's like, but like Gally killed Chuck, and they were like, yeah, I know. But anyway, I loved how they teamed up and together actually got into Wicked together, which I loved. Them whole in Wicked though was just absolutely crazy. It was so good, love it. I loved how they were in their Wicked uniforms, which were pretty cool. Wicked, get it? Pretty wicked? No, okay. Yeah, I loved how they were in the uniforms, like using the wee toy guns, the laser guns things. I heard that apparently Dylan was messing around on set, like pretending not to see, but I don't know. I think that was kind of true in fairness. I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, I loved how they were running around, that sort of thing. Just loved the whole Wicked environment, that sort of thing. I loved how when they were jumping out into the lake, well, pond, lake, yeah, that sort of thing. I loved how that was, like basically was shown, and I loved how it like went down with them too. It was really cool. And then when they went back up from the water, like Thomas just looks up, and it's like in the Scottish Shires too. He looks up and then sees Jansen because they've just escaped Wicked with Mino. And he flips him off, and it's so funny if you know what flips off, but it's so funny. I loved how when Mino, Newt and Thomas got reunited, because like basically they're trying to find Mino because Mino helped save Thomas and Newt as well, which was pretty cool, and then they all hugged it out, which was really nice. Then moving on to one of the big ones was Newt's death, which was really heartbreaking the way it happened. Like basically he like was turning into Crank already, was trying to get out of the city so he could get the serum from Brenda, and basically like he comes, starts turning Crank, and then when Thomas tries to get him up, he goes stop, and gives him a necklace, and he goes, please Tommy, please, and that like got me. And then when it was like basically Thomas was dragging his body almost because he didn't want to leave Newt. And then when Teresa comes over the tannoy saying that Thomas is the cure, the whole cure for the virus, for everything, and there's time to still save Newt. But then by that time Newt turned Crank and started fighting Thomas. And then it was just a messy fight because like Newt was going in between Crank and Newt, and I really loved how Thomas played that sort of thing. Thomas Brodie Sangster, not the character. I really loved how they done that. Very intense, very quick. I had to realise what happened first, and it was actually that Newt tried to stab Thomas, but then ultimately Thomas like stopped it and basically stabbed Newt. And Newt, basically I saw this the last time I just watched it recently, was that like Newt says Tommy one last time, and he kind of smiles a little bit, and then that's when he falls to the floor, and like Thomas tries to catch him, so it's not too like hard of a fall for him. But by that time it's gone, and then it was really heartbreaking. That like basically Thomas just sheds a tear, and it's just absolutely heartbreaking. And then the only time Thomas leaves Newt is when he knows that he's gone, which was like just absolute heartbreaking. Then Thomas goes to Ava, basically says, sacrifices himself and says, use me for your tests, whatever, use me for the tests, just leave his friends and all the rest of the kids out of it. So basically Thomas sacrificed himself because he's at loose end. He's just lost Newt, he's just lost his best friend, his only friend basically, bar me knowing that. It affected him so much, and I just loved how they played that scene though. And then I was really surprised that Ava got shot by Jansen, and I was like, what? And then when I thought Jansen was just going to kill Thomas or try to kill him, and then when he like put sedate in his neck, he then woke up, and because they knew that it was Thomas's blood that helped him, so Teresa was helping Jansen, and then ultimately Jansen pulls up his sleeve, and then we find out actually the reason Jansen so much wants Thomas's blood is because Jansen's turning into the Crank, like Jansen's got the virus, which was really surprising. And then because Jansen knocks out Teresa, like Thomas is trying to get out of the harness because Teresa's helping him too. And then there's a big massive fight scene between Thomas and Jansen, which is really intense. And then they run away, Jansen tries to shoot Teresa, Thomas protects her, and ultimately Thomas gets shot, which I was like, oh my god, I did not expect. And that was really intense. And then the way Jansen died was that Thomas threw something and it hit a window which had cranks in it with laboratory things, and basically cranks bursted out the window and got Jansen, and then they went away. And then because the whole building of Wicked was on fire due to Gally was with Lawrence in this group, so Lawrence invaded the city, but basically they were supposed to just take down Wicked, but they took down the whole city, so like exploded the whole wall, exploded the whole city, that sort of thing. And it was really intense, and I felt really bad for Gally because when he realised that, he was really like disappointed and saddened that Lawrence would do that sort of thing. But ultimately then Gally was with Thomas anyway. But it was really like sad and heartbreaking to see Gally that way, that sort of thing. Then when Teresa and Thomas leave to the Wicked building, go up to the roof, they're surrounded by fire, so they think that they're ultimately going to die. So Teresa gives Thomas the wee serum that's like basically got the cure, and that sort of thing. And then he shared a really sweet moment, and I loved how Dylan and Kaya portrayed that. They basically thought they were going to die, so like Teresa was like, oh, I tried, and then he was like, yeah, I know. And then they shared a really sweet kiss, which was really, really sweet, that sort of thing. I loved how the moment was, and then they basically just held each other in the arms because they just thought they were going to like die together on the roof. But then the bird comes up with like the rest of the gang, like Mino, Gally and like Brenda and that sort of thing, and then tried to so basically to save Thomas because Teresa pushes Thomas into the Berg, and then she's just like, then he's like lying there because he's like hurt with the shotgun, and then basically she sacrifices herself and doesn't think that she's worthy enough or they'll accept her again from what she'd done. So basically Teresa dies too because the building falls down, she goes with it, which was really heartbreaking because all you can hear is Thomas like shouting no, and you can just hear that, and it's so heartbreaking. And then the way like then the tears run down his face, and that's just heartbreaking too. Like each time, I'm not kidding, each time Dylan cried, I cried. It was really heartbreaking, really, really heartbreaking. One of the main things I loved about the Death Cure was the sound effects with it. So obviously the music was really good with it, that sort of thing, but the sound effects, I loved it. Like there was one scene where guns were going off before they got into the city, and the way the guns were going off were really cool, like really good sound effects, that sort of thing. So I loved all the sound effects. Another thing is then the safe haven. So when they arrive in the safe haven, Thomas wakes up after like getting patched up with a gunshot, and he walks and then sees Mino, which is really heartbreaking, because then they hug it out because they've just lost Newt and Teresa, which is really heartbreaking. So then there's a big massive speech, that sort of thing, and then there's this rock that it's like thrown back to the Maze Runner when you arrived in the Glade. You carved your name in a rock, that sort of thing. So then this rock was for all the people they lost, all the people that couldn't make it to the safe haven. So obviously Newt's name on it, Chuck's name, Teresa's name, that sort of thing, Albie, Winston, that sort of thing. What I really did love about that scene though was actually, if you look, Dylan and Wes's name, the director, and then Dylan, obviously the actor of Thomas, was on it, and the actors actually carved their names into the rock, which was really nice, and it was actually in the scene in the movie, so that was really good. And one of the main things was Newt's letter. Sorry if I'm going really fast, I don't want to make this so long. So Newt's letter basically was written by Thomas Bodie Sangster himself. I watched the movie after I found that out, and it was more heartbreaking, that sort of thing. And then I also found out that the letter was in a wee charm that Newt gave Thomas, and it was just really heartbreaking because I found out that Thomas Bodie Sangster was reading Dylan the letter behind the camera, and Dylan was crying actual tears. So that scene makes it even more hard because Dylan's crying, and I found out it's actually actual tears. So I was just and it was heartbreaking because when he finds out that there's a letter and he opens it and then kind of opens it up and he sees it's Newt and he goes like that, right? And it's really heartbreaking because then that's when he starts to cry, and then when he reads it, it's just absolutely emotional. I'm even getting emotional right now. But yeah, there's so much I can say, but I just don't want to make this so long because I can talk for hours about it. But Newt's letter was just absolutely amazing to find out that actual Thomas read it to Dylan and Thomas wrote it. Now, just so this video isn't too long, as I said, let's wrap it up. So the ending scene I really liked because it can be interpreted into many different ways, but also throughout the movie there was the Easter eggs that basically when it was if we start this together we might as well end it that way, meaning he was together with Thomas, that sort of thing, and Mino, that's when they died. And then also quickly going back to Newt's scene, it was heartbreaking to see that Thomas left and that was it, and then when Mino and just Frypan and Gally just basically collapsed to their knees because they just saw Newt die, that sort of thing. But anyway, and then when they were going through a tunnel of cranks to get to the city, and it was I don't mean to be I can't remember what it was, but if I was a crank, I would hide in here because he obviously knew that Newt knew he was a crank because, and ultimately you found out in the Death Cure, it wasn't the virus wasn't you just get bitten by a crank and that's it. It's actually airborne now, which was really cool to see. And then Newt was hiding the mark, that sort of thing, on his arm, and basically that's kind of exposed by after the plan was to use Teresa to get into Wicked. Tom was and then Newt was you care about your girlfriend, that sort of thing, and then pushes him to the wall, don't lie to me, which you've probably seen in the trailer. But that was crazy. Then Newt looks so lost after he's seen that and so upset with himself and annoyed that he's just done that, so he walks away. And then basically they're on the roof, and then that's when Newt tells Thomas, I can't really hide this from you anymore, and shows that he's got the virus. I was kind of a bit annoyed because one of the scenes got deleted from that scene, and it was basically Newt talking about how he actually hurt his leg, and it was a really powerful moment, but I was kind of a bit bummed out that they cut it, but hey ho, we get it on the DVD. Anyway, quickly going back to the end scene, as I said, the end scene can be interpreted into many different ways. I loved how in the end scene Thomas is just walking along the beach, looks out into basically the sea, that sort of thing, and then looks down, pulls out the serum, and just like looks at it and then looks up, and then fades out. That's the ending. So it can be interpreted in that they're going back to save the rest of the world, that sort of thing. Keep the cure going. But I really loved how the ending was, because it was a very good wrap up to the whole story, the whole saga of the Maze Runner. So it was really, really cool. Overall, I loved the Maze Runner Death Cure. I know I don't really have any problems with it. It was really good. Really loved how I done it. A-star rating, Air Plus rating out of 10 would be 10. Really loved how I was a bit confused at first why Thomas didn't write Newt's name, but it was nice that Mino actually wrote Newt's name and Thomas wrote Teresa, because it means that they like care for each other in both different ways, that sort of thing. I loved that. But it was really cool. Loved all the acting. Like Rosa was really good, Dexter was really good, Ki-Hong was really good, Thomas Bodhisattva was really good, and Kaya Scott-Lario was really good, and as usual Dylan Brown was amazing. The rest of the cast was just actually amazing. Like their acting is actually phenomenal. I swear to God, it's like mind blowing. As you know, I'm a big Dylan Bryan fan, obviously you know, and I just really appreciate his acting. Really loved it. It was so good, and actually so nice to when I went to go and see the Death Cure. It was so nice to actually see that. I couldn't believe that I met Thomas, Kaya and Dylan, and I was like, oh my God, I met Dylan, and now I'm watching him. It's like amazing. Like weird, but I appreciate it even more now. Like swear to God, his acting was just freaking phenomenal. But yeah, anyway, to make this not super long anymore, because it's probably like I don't know how long, but anywho, I have got a surprise coming up really soon. As you guys know, you probably found out if you follow me on Twitter. You probably found out if you follow me on Snapchat. It was released yesterday, so go and check it out. Obviously, all my social media are in the bio below. I'll put the trailer link for the Death Cure and behind the scenes in the bio below too. And why not? I'll put the gag reel below. It's a really bad quality because the gag reel, so the iTunes was released in the US. So obviously my friend sent me it because we have to wait another month till it's released in the UK. But I'll put it in below anyway and you can have a look. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. But anyway, thanks guys for tuning in this week, and I hope you like the video. I hope you like the review. I am obviously going to be posting a bonus video this week. And as you guys know, through my social media, I am going somewhere very far away this Thursday. So with time difference, I'll tweet it out, Snapchat it out, and Instagram it out. So just stay tuned on all my social media, that sort of thing, with time differences. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but make sure you give this a thumbs up and spread the word with my video, and turn on post notifications and hit the subscribe button right now. But yeah, anyway, I'm like, overall, I'm just so amazed and so like sad that it's over, that the Maze Runner saga is over. But the fact is, they've done such a good job. I was just so proud of Dylan that he came back, that sort of thing. Just so happy for them, so proud of all of them, and just I love them all, Anyway, I will see you guys. Anywho, really don't know what else to say, so I'm just going to wrap this up, alright? Anyway, thanks guys for tuning in this week, and I will see you Tuesday anyway, but I've seen the bonus video, so I will see you guys later.